right, all, it's 6 o'clock, we'll start the meeting. Welcome, thank you for coming.
Sounds like a bunch
We're
of
gonna,
people. Sounds like 40 people coming in.
we'll hold up just a second and let everybody get signed in and welcome.
Hi. Hey, somebody's light crew cab lights are on that truck. That your Cindy? No?
Yeah, that,
Oh.
Yeah.
Lights are on.
Oh, Dale.
Evidently, yes, it's my truck, but I didn't drive it here.
Oh, I did see the yellow.
yeah. There's coffee and water and snacks and stuff over here if you guys want any. Help yourselves. Okay, we've called the meeting to order. Now we're going to do roll call of the council members. Rob.
Present.
Bill.
Present.
John Leach.
Alrighty,
And the quorum is present.
and the quorum is present. Okay, do you have any declarations of conflict of interest?
No.
No.
Okay. Amendments to the agenda?
No.
Okay, no amendments to the agenda? Okay. Bills to be paid. The council will approve the bills for February and March. Do we have any questions or conflicts?
I had a question on the double A&A septic service. Did we have a, was that a,
That is at the water plant.
oh, okay, okay.
Does the library also get something like that?
They have an indoor bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if they also had septic or something. Oh, you're talking about the porta potty up there.
Yeah.
Or the water
Okay,
plant,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'd forgotten about that, yeah.
Saves us from going around the corner.
Yeah,
Coming home.
I say you could have today, because I saw it drive past my house.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
But that was not the only question I had, Mayor.
Okay. So,
I do not have anything.
you have nothing? Okay, so we move on?
I move we pay the bill.
Okay. Can I get a second? Okay. Bills to be paid have been approved. Okay. New business. The joint school district had a late fee on their water bill. They called and said that it was late because they had, the 19th was a holiday. There was nobody in the office, so I believe that's right. So they late getting the bills out.
Asking
So
for
they're-
forgiveness.
They moved their meeting a week
Oh,
later,
yeah.
the board meeting.
Okay.
The board meeting was a week later because of the holidays, so their bills were paid late.
Okay.
So they're asking that we waive the late bill, or the late fee for the water bill.
Is there any objection to that? I so moved.
I mean, I was in Ireland, so I was late and I paid the late fee. You know, I mean, I get it, so because they're a government institution and they take holidays, they get a free ride where another person doesn't? That's my only thing.
Yeah.
I move we forgive that late fee.
They should pay it. I'd second that.
I say no.
Or we could take it out of my,
So all
my
four,
monthly pay is.
all those four, waiving the dues? Those against it,
Me.
oppose it?
One,
Okay, the fee will be waived.
I mean, maybe we might have a conversation with them if it comes up again.
Again, yeah.
There is a drop box. Yeah, there is one.
Okay, conversation, we'll meet with them and. Okay, second topic is, discussion of having an inmate crew come in and help work on our roads. We can have them come in and clean out all of our ditches. We can also have them put in drainage across the roads so that it doesn't wash them out and it's less likely to flood, wash all the gravel off. I have a point of contact that I can find out all the little works that we need to figure out and how much it costs to have them come in and do it, get an estimate of how long it would take them to do it. But I want your approval before I do that because it's a lot of work on both sides.
You said, you had mentioned that Jim had experience supervising those kind of crews and that sort of thing?
Yes, that was part of our jobs at the prison, was supervising inmates.
Okay.
And they will have an officer with them at all times, supervising the crew themselves as well. It's just cheaper work. They can put in the drainage across the roads like they do on the trails up at headquarters and French Mountain Forest Service and stuff like that.
I move that you go ahead and explore that and bring us back some details.
All right.
Yeah, I second that. I just have a lot of questions.
And that's what,
So-
I want to get it approved so that if I set up the meeting, I want us all, if you want to be there, I want
Oh,
you
yeah.
to be able to be there. But I don't want to go and do all that work and then
Right.
it not be something that we want to do for the
Yeah.
city.
I'm generally for it, but I'd like to get some feedback from another municipality that has done this,
Right.
just to see if there was any weirdness.
Right.
Totally understand.
Where do they, well, I mean, since you guys both worked up there, where do they normally go, the folks that do go out to work every day? Because don't they leave in like 2 vans or something like that and go on work?
They leave in a couple of vans, and they've got each crew has a project officer
Yeah.
with them.
And that's the law enforcement entity.
Yeah.
And then he's obviously in radio contact and.
He's in contact with, he can be in contact with us if we choose for him to be.
Right.
And he's certainly in contact with the prison and able to get a whole law enforcement and
Yeah, I would just
whatnot
like to
if need be.
definitely further discuss that and make sure that they're nowhere near the
Right.
kids playing outside.
Exactly.
Right.
I'm assuming that the kind of folks that they allow to go do work release are generally low
Are-
threat.
They are minimum custody.
Right.
They are not sex offenders.
Yeah.
They are within, I think, 2 years of parole.
Couple
Okay.
years of parole.
So they got something to lose.
Yes,
Oh,
they
yeah.
have something to lose.
Yeah.
They'll have a vendor, we would be considered the vendor.
Right.
So they would have a vendor training that we would go to and they would tell us, don't give them tobacco, don't feed them, like,
Right.
don't
feed
don't
the
feed.
animal.
Well,
I-
I want to know all that because if we decided to do that, that's definitely. I mean, obviously you're going to go get more information, but
Right.
that's definitely the kind of stuff that we would want to make sure that we get out to everybody in Peck.
Right.
If we decide
absolutely.
more than the folks that decide to come through either, I mean, any way possible, above
Right.
and beyond, maybe just put something on the city door.
Right, I
you
was
know.
thinking about sending a letter out with the,
Oh, yeah.
with the water bills, letting them know that we would be having this
Right. Okay.
from this time to this time, and the red shirts are not to be associated with,
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm all for cheap, obviously, labor and everything, just to make sure that we do our due diligence.
Just a comment, I worked with those individuals, we did the VFW in Orfino. And they did one heck of a job and we had absolutely no problems.
Yeah.
They did their jobs and
awesome.
just kicking around.
Right.
We use
Sorry to
them.
interrupt.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, yeah,
no
it's
problem.
good.
We use them a lot in Orofino.
Yeah.
I've worked with them directly quite a few times, and yeah, like he was
Right.
saying, they've got something to lose, and if there's anything questionable that they don't know, they won't touch it.
Perfect.
I mean,
Yeah.
I can't speak
And
for
I'm
every single one of
not
them.
against this whatsoever. I just figure in an open
Oh, yeah.
public forum when we're talking about doing something like this in the community that we at least talk about it out loud. Just
Right.
you know.
I've worked with them several times at the dog show also. The
Yeah.
Richards come in and they do all the setups for us and different things. And there's a lot of us in close contact with them.
Right.
Never have we ever had a problem
Yeah.
with any of them. They've been very respectful, very polite, very nice.
Elaine?
Yes, and I'd say the same thing, cause I owned a lot of property on the Beer Grade, and they always have the prison people up there parked in my driveway, basically, and unloaded to do the weed eating along there, and I'd be out there weed eating on my property right alongside of them, and they never said a word, they never swore, they never did anything, so I've never seen them ever cause any problems on any of those projects, so.
Awesome.
Right. So all. Yeah, oh, sorry.
Yeah, I agree too, that, all I've known is that, they're, they really pick certain individuals.
Right,
for-
yeah.
It's not just
It's a reward
a
to them
certain.
in a way.
It is.
And I agree that I think it's a good thing for them to work and to participate and put back into the communities and not sit around.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, the one and only concern, that all that stuff doesn't concern me. Just so only concern was, let's say they're doing a plumbing job, is there an actual person that knows the correct way of putting in the culverts that will be there supervising
Oh,
them?
yeah,
Right,
yes,
so that it's properly
yes.
done.
They do
more
this,
so than
yeah.
worried about those people that
Yeah,
doesn't cause more
more damage to,
yeah.
yes, absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah.
Did we have a second on that, Cindy?
I don't think.
Yeah,
you-
I second.
Oh, you seconded it?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. I just wanted to follow it up by
Mhm.
having some
Okay.
discussion about it.
Good idea.
Awesome, okay, moving on. Oh,
I
sorry,
should vote.
oh, that's right.
It's okay.
All of those for,
Aye.
all of those who oppose. I just get so excited, I can't help it. Okay. All right, moving on to the next one. Discuss replacement tops for 3 to 4 of the street lights, these black street lights that are without tops, that the tops have gotten broken off. Number one, does anybody know where that information is, of where we got them from?
Not without going and digging through
Yeah,
files. I mean, I've been doing water and culverts, but I haven't gone
right.
through any of that stuff. But I would imagine there's probably some information pertaining to electrical in there somewhere.
Okay, I was going to research it, see how much the caps would cost, and, bring it back to the council, but if we don't wanna worry about that right now, it's up to you guys. If we,
Why don't we table that for some more
Take-
information?
okay,
I also noticed that, just looking the other morning when I was down here early, there's a bunch of them going down that way, that there's no lights.
right, they're out. So,
There should be light bulbs somewhere. Is it just a light bulbs out?
Could be.
Should be light bulbs somewhere.
there's
Look
like
in the
4
shop.
in a row that are not on, that are not working, so I don't know if
Something
it's
happened
the,
if it's
yeah,
electrical.
there's-
I hadn't noticed that.
yeah,
Those haven't been target practice things, have they?
could
Let's
be,
hope not.
yeah,
No.
so,
Yeah, I can ask around. And
Okay.
see.
so, can I get a motion to table it?
Move we table that for further information.
I second
And bring
the
it back.
table.
Anyone opposed to
Nope.
that? Okay.
Can I make a comment?
Yes,
These lights on this side of the road at night are actually blinding.
Yep.
At times you can't see like deer or something in front of you, they need to be blocked a little bit where the light shines down more than right in your eyes.
right, is that the black ones that we're talking about? Okay.
Yeah,
Is that because
Pond
of the
Supply
caps?
would probably have a good idea about the tops.
Who is that? I'm sorry.
Hans,
Han.
Oh,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, discussion of the Lulu Bridge contract. It has been signed, approved by the attorney. There were some changes that we made, to the contract. This is for information only. There was some areas in here that they were saying that we would be liable for the $4.1 million if for some reason the bridge construction was halted or stopped. So the attorney had them go back and change the language to where if it was no fault of ours, the city of Peck, we are not responsible for that money.
Who determines whose fault it is?
Legal. It's, there was just, one was, let's see, let me get the page. Okay, one was that, pay for any additional activities not provided by the LHTAC or their contractors. And so the attorney said to change it to, that we would pay for any additional activities not provided by the LHTAC or contractors and which were requested by us. If we requested it, then we're responsible for paying for it. If it's something that the engineers changed, that's not on us.
Our contract with that, are they a project manager or are they a contractor? In other words, you sign an agreement with the project manager then goes out and actually gets the contractor who's gonna physically do the work.
The contractor is, I got the paperwork right here, the engineer. Where did it go right here? The engineer is working with the governor, with the LHTAC. They're an entity of them, they're the project managers.
They're project
with,
managers.
with them.
Okay.
So it's the same corporation.
Right, so, my question is the project manager also gonna perform? By perform, I mean actually do the work, or are they going to get somebody else to actually perform the work? You know.
To my knowledge, they are doing the work.
Okay.
They are engineering it, they are supervising it, they are the ones that's coming in and
And
doing
how
all
did we
that.
pick, how did, in a government award situation, did it not go out to bid? For $4.1 million. I'm not criticizing,
It's
I'm
not,
just curious.
it's a grant. It's strictly came from the governor's office. They put this, they got all this money, the state of Idaho has all this money, and they went around the state and found the worst bridges.
No, that's not what I'm asking. I'm saying is that, why is this particular company the one that was picked?
Because it was appointed by the governor.
So it happens, yeah.
Okay.
I'm assuming, because it's the governor's office that
Okay.
the money's
I
coming.
mean, sometimes there are different provisions that allow the government to do no bid work. I'm not saying, I'm just curious, because I do a lot of prevailing wage contracts, right? And it's just like, you can't just pick somebody.
No, you can't.
So is there actually a contractor on it yet, or has it not been put out for contract?
No, the engineer is Bradley Lazila, Lassila. That's the engineer. No, they're from Boise.
So it hasn't gone to bid for, hasn't gone out for contractors to bid on it yet? Is that where we are, we think?
I don't think we're not even to the part of.
We're in the design stage.
Yeah, we're in the
Okay,
design
okay.
stage. We're not even nowhere near putting the bridge up yet.
Okay.
We gotta find out, they gotta come out and survey, figure out where they can get another way across, cause that's the only way in and out of there.
That surveyed last year.
Yeah, it's surveyed.
It's been surveyed twice last year.
There's a stake over there.
Right, but the engineers have to come back out and they have to try to figure out where they're gonna put a crossing, if they're gonna put one at all, so.
So it's gonna be like a placement, I understand it's gonna be a placement bridge. They just pour
We
the
don't know if
pillars
it's gonna
instead
be an actual bridge or something to walk across or something you can ride a four-wheeler across.
No, it's a bridge. Yeah, that's what they told me, it's
The-
a replacement bridge. Yeah, they just
The
come in there,
replacement, yeah.
yeah, right next to the existing one.
Oh,
That's what I was told.
oh, well,
Because when they were
that's,
surveying it over there,
Right.
they did the same thing on the Little Canyon Bridge. They did it over there, they went and did the test filings over here.
Mhm.
Last did the same thing, that's a placement bridge.
right.
It's all built and just set down, did this concrete
But the
floors.
thing over there is they've gotta get easeways. They've gotta get home, property owners to agree with letting everybody drive through their property if it's gonna be a dry bridge. So,
So is that gonna
State
be
That's-
an
just
eminent
enough room for a
domain thing
bridge.
or what?
I have no
On
idea yet.
by the old fire station, there's enough room there for a bridge. You see the stake if you go by there and look.
But what's
That's
on
the
the
new
other
survey
side,
they
but
just
what's on the other side of the creek?
That's someone's
Is
house.
that a
It
house?
lines up with the new survey I just did.
Oh, okay.
There's enough room. But it's not gonna be fun, you know what I mean, but there's
Yeah.
enough.
Will the new bridge be sitting in the track of the old bridge, or are they gonna put a new one beside?
Beside it.
That's where, we're just,
That's just.
the only thing that I have done is sign the contract saying we accept the grant.
What I was just gonna say was, if they put it beside the other bridge, hold your breath that the tide doesn't come in.
Right.
Well,
There's a
that'll be
lot
worked
of,
out.
That's what we've experienced in the district.
there's a lot of aspects to this. We just signed for the money. They're the engineers, I've gotta talk to them this week and next week. We're gonna set up a meeting, they're gonna come out, I'll be there, council will be there. They'll tell us what our options are, and then as a city agents of government, we will decide on the best for the community.
So the lawyer recommended taking that whole modification part out, or the liability for modification.
As long as, if we make modifications
I
to
gotcha.
it, like if you want some fancy designs on the side of
Yeah,
the bridge
no.
that's not provided,
Yeah.
that would be our
Right.
responsibility to pay for it. They've got some, he said that they have some, we will sit down with the engineers, they have designs that we can choose from, what best suits the area, blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, there'll be more meetings on that, and, right now, it's just getting the money
Right.
secured.
No, I gotcha.
Yeah, no,
I just don't like them saying, if you make modifications, you have to pay when we don't even have a design concept yet.
right,
That's
right.
where
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's why the attorney changed that
Okay.
to where we're not responsible for that
yeah.
as long as
And
it's not.
maybe when we sit down and meet and see about the different options, maybe that's something, I'd like to ask them when we meet with
Clarify.
them. Well, if we got some options and they can give us some sort of drawings, once they get it drawn up, maybe we can provide it to everybody.
Everybody,
Okay.
yes. Yeah, we'll have a big Lulu Bridge meeting about it.
I think they're doing something on Little Canyon too.
Yeah, they are, Little Canyon got it, they got it before we did.
Okay. So, now we can move
I
on
would be,
to,
I would just.
alrighty,
The checks.
number 5. Discussing destroying checks that only require one signature for the city.
So those are old checks that are,
Well, no, they're not old.
they're not old?
They're not old, but they only require one signature, and pass those around. They only require one signature, and they've, one is for sanitation.
I know one's for
Yeah.
sanitation, what's
Two
your
separate
check?
checkbooks, yeah, they're two separate accounts.
So we have replacements for these now?
No, that's what I'm asking. Do we wanna get replacements, or do we want to have where we don't handwrite any checks and they're all processed through
Oh,
QuickBooks? So everything is accounted for in QuickBooks. There's no,
Well, they're counted for a QuickBooks keys, they're handwritten.
I-
It's just not printed on the computer.
I understand it, but they're not printed.
They're not printed.
Right. So,
I'm still not sure I understand. So,
So-
QuickBooks is printing checks?
yeah, we have checks that we put in the printer, and it feeds through the printer and it prints off all the information onto the check.
Okay.
Just like it's,
And then it comes out with 2 lines for
and
signatures?
it comes out with 2 lines for signatures
But these could still be used to access the account
with only one
with
signature.
only one signature?
So that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And that's what we're talking about getting rid of.
Yes,
I know
because they
that.
only require one signature, and I just prefer, for me, this is my reason behind it. No money spent without at least 2 people knowing about it.
Do we ever have the need to handwrite a check?
Shouldn't.
In my eyes, no, because then if we're spending money, it needs to be approved.
Okay, then I move we destroy these.
Okay.
I second that.
All in favor? All opposed?
And order new ones at the same time. We need the computer print.
We need the one for the printer. Yeah.
Right,
The one for the
right.
computer, yeah. That's
We
just
should probably
all-
get the one for the
That-
computer
that's-
printed before we destroy it.
That's just office supplies there. So.
Yeah. Okay, those will be destroyed.
There are a couple packets of checks in the vaults that have never been opened.
A single.
I don't know what they are, I didn't open them. I just found them on a shelf. And it said open immediately.
Okay,
I have no idea when they're
we'll
from.
look into that tomorrow. Okay, where am I at? Number 6? Okay. Discuss Clearwater Economic Development Association's meeting membership training on April 25th. That is the training that I showed you guys the pamphlet to. It's, Cindy and I would be going to it. I think it's important that we go and try to, number one, make ourselves present to these meetings so that they know that we're here, we're up and running, we're back in session. And number 2, to find out what's going on in other cities. And
Yeah.
then, so, that would be, it's a $30 fee for each one of us. There's no overnight stay or anything
And
that's
that
in
would be
those.
for you and Cindy.
For Cindy and I, yes.
I don't want to make all the motions.
You're so good at it.
Yeah.
I move that we authorize mayor and the city clerk to expend those $30 to go to that meeting.
30 each.
30 each,
30.
yes.
60
Okay.
total.
All right,
Second.
all 4,
Aye.
all opposed, zero. All righty.
We're gonna send you with a big old list of questions.
Good.
I'm serious. Yeah.
Well, it's good for her to meet other clerks and stuff too. That'll be
Yeah.
Yeah.
nice.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm talking like grants. Like.
Oh,
what do you do?
yeah.
Yeah,
You're a poor community. I'm a poor community. What did you do?
yeah.
Cedar's really good too.
Okay. And our next item of business is swearing in our new city clerk as our, also our treasurer. Stand up. Stand up and get ready to sign over your life. Raise your right hand. Repeat after me.
Yes, you did.
I, Cindy Nichols,
I, Cindy Nichols,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
and the laws of the state of Idaho,
and the laws of the state of Idaho,
that I will faithfully discharge
that I will faithfully discharge
all the duties of office
all the duties of office
of treasurer
of treasurer
of Peck,
of
Idaho,
Peck, Idaho,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my abilities.
Now I need you to sign this and
Yes,
we'll,
ma'am.
we'll make it official.
Camera will make it official.
Well, yes.
Thank you.
Okay, next item on the agenda. Okay, next item on the agenda is approval to reimburse John Lanieve $187.61 for toner and $60.61 for ink for the city hall printer and the water plant printer. He got this on,
One of them Amazon, one of them Walmart.
and it was a little over half
It was 1/3 less than what we had been paying.
Just
So
for
we
the
had been
office.
paying $361 for the combo, and we paid about $120 less.
Just for City Hall?
So that was for the two.
Oh, for the two?
Yeah.
Oh,
The
okay.
two together were 361 and change.
Oh,
And
okay.
this time it was 240 or whatever. So, and in the future, I mean, the only thing that worried me is that if you order from them, then you gotta have it sent to somebody's house, not City Hall, because if we're not there when they deliver it, it'll just sit out there. So, somebody, because it can be done through the wall,
Right.
through the city's accounts in the
Right.
future. We just have to have it sent to somebody's
No,
house.
And you can't use a PO box?
Yeah,
No.
they wanna ship FedEx.
Okay.
And UPS, sometimes it'll come, sometimes Amazon will ship US Postal.
Yes, because they lost the UP.
UPS raised their rates a lot.
And so.
And now
they switched.
USPS delivers all
Yes.
Amazon
No,
packages.
no, I'm still getting Amazon package UPS.
Oh, really?
Yeah, about 50, it's about 50/50.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty, so,
I move we reimburse John those charges.
okay, can I get a second?
Second.
All opposed?
I'm not gonna say no.
I was just trying to see if you would.
I'm waiting to say all opposed.
Can we be in favor before we're opposed?
But, yes,
Yeah, that you.
all in favor? Well, I didn't want to give him the chance to be in favor first before he opposed.
Oh.
Voted for you,
Yeah.
Billy,
You got lucky this time.
Alrighty. Next on the agenda is city employee briefings.
May I interject for you? Because I failed to put on here approval of the minutes from last month's meeting, so maybe you wanna do that first. I-
Yeah, that should
Oh my
have been
gosh.
at the top.
Yes.
Oh, we gotta start over.
It's gonna be a long night.
Madam Mayor, I move that we approve the minutes of the meeting of the 28th of February, is that when it was?
28th of February.
I actually had a change on the. That's okay.
Oh, on the agenda?
On the minutes
Minutes?
from
I
last
mean,
time.
minutes, yeah.
On city employee briefings, on the second sentence there, it said that the inspection of the water system complete. I only did the reservoir. I didn't do the whole
Okay,
system.
just the reservoir? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I will accept that change to the minutes.
Can I get a second? Motion?
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? What did you say that was?
On city employee briefings, it's the second
Oh, okay.
second sentence, second word. The system
It's
to reservoir.
Reservoir.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks, Justin, you've thrown me off. Where am I at now?
You're welcome.
So next month, we're gonna have to approve the changes to the previous month's minutes.
Yep.
Yes.
I thought you just.
Nope.
We're learning, we'll get there. We still got our head above water, we're okay. Okay, so,
Speak for yourself.
yeah. Is there anything else, Cindy?
Of course I have it.
Okay. Jim?
Oh, for
Oh,
me,
yeah,
yes. My
yeah.
part, I thought you meant anything before you got to my
Yeah,
part.
no.
Sorry. You think you got confused?
Yeah, no.
Alright, I have a purchase requisition to get name placards instead of white pieces of paper for everyone. We're gonna need 5 of them, and we're gonna get one for the attorney as well, but it will just say attorney, so it's not name specific, just in case we change attorneys after a year.
Yeah.
The estimated cost will be around $85.70. that one.
There's that one.
I was gonna say, I'm fine with a piece of paper. I mean,
We can even make it colored paper.
well,
you guys.
I know it seems silly, but it's still $85.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not fancy. I don't need anything. This could be a piece of duct tape that said Rob, and I'd be fine.
Yeah. Change the color every month.
Exactly.
Color paper every month. There you go.
Yeah, I'm good with this. I don't think that we need to
No
spend
reason.
money.
We already have one.
Yeah, I appreciate it though. I mean, I appreciate
I
it.
think it's time for lack of motion.
So,
Okay.
But thank you.
Yeah.
You know, looking into it.
you're gonna get some fancy duct tape next
That's
month.
fine. Yeah, I've got like camo, moss yellow, hot pink.
Just pink leopard skin. Leopard print.
I mean, if I get around to it, I could get a piece of wood and burn my name
Yeah.
and everybody else's name.
Oh, yeah.
The attorney definitely doesn't get one.
Yeah. Okay, so, dead subject? There's no motions, nobody's making any motions to.
Motion
against it.
It's saying.
to not buy
Not do
those.
Well, actually, we
Table it. What do we do?
we just ignored it.
Ignore- Okay.
It's not passing.
Yeah, it's not passing. All right, anything else?
Other than slowly, I'm kind of picking up on what's going down in City Hall, and John's been a huge help, and we're getting there. And then as soon as they learn it, we're gonna change it to
Yeah.
make it a lot more efficient, because it just isn't.
Yeah. All right. Jim, do you have anything? Oh, wait, hold on. John said, oh.
At some point, we're gonna have to, oh wait, you have to do some research, because QuickBooks is apparently discontinuing the desktop version of QuickBooks,
I believe we have till May.
May 31st. And for the joy and wonder of being able to go to a system we don't want, they're gonna charge us twice as much.
Oh, that's right, so next month, we'll research that, and then next month we'll put it on the
And if you
agenda.
call QuickBooks and you mention that you don't wanna change, they hang up on you.
That, because it happened to us. Yes.
Something to think about.
So-
next month's meeting.
They know they've got you, so they don't care.
So is there a viable alternative to
That's
QuickBooks?
exactly
Well, of course there is, but and if you were to do it, now would be the time, because we don't know what we're doing on QuickBooks. Honestly, we're figuring it out.
Right.
So if ever there was a time to do it, but then you're gonna put that on top of everything else, and we've just kinda got figured out what we're doing.
Okay, so the new service is not standalone software you can download on the computer.
Correct.
Right?
No, it's all
It's gonna
online.
be on the cloud.
Which is actually better for security.
It is better for security. And how much is it?
It's currently $24 a month, and it goes up to $51.95 or something. And I don't know, plus there's an $800 or so annual fee, which we paid a few months in October. So obviously they're gonna owe us some money back in that, I guess, or I don't know what the new annual fee is.
We need to call and harass them.
We have to call and harass them.
We also need to look for some alternatives to it.
Well, they talked about that at the city council meeting in and around October.
Yeah, that'd be a good thing to bring up during your trip to Lewiston.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I guarantee you other people are using QuickBooks. It's the
Yeah.
only thing other than small specialized businesses that only do one thing, there's apps out
Well,
there.
Nancy Green said that they had looked into, because QuickBooks had, I think, doubled the annual fee last year. And Nancy Green said that even with the doubling of the fee, it was still far cheaper than the alternative that they looked at.
Gotcha. Yeah.
That was in a city council meeting, October or September or whenever it was, so.
I get emails to just the city email from all sorts of other city clerks. And so I'll throw a question out there and ask what they use and what the cost is, and see if I get any replies.
Or see if there's any, training for QuickBooks too that you could go to.
No, there is.
or get
There is.
online or something.
Yeah, that would be really good.
But I mean, I used to use a program called American Contractors. And American Contractor went out of business because QuickBooks took all their business.
It's gonna be king.
It is.
Okay, anything else in you?
Nothing.
Done? All right, moving on to maintenance. Jim, you got anything?
Well, I propose that, the little bit of time that I've been over in the shop, I've yet to find a decent shovel or gravel rake. The rakes that are there are, MacGyver together, and they need to be replaced with, a couple of good new rakes. I mean, they're not the
I want
most,
mine back.
they're not the most expensive ones, you know, but they're a good rake. And a couple of the square nose shovels also. It's no secret that all roads need work. The little bit that I've been driving around, you know, that was blatantly clear right off the get-go that all the roads need work. So I've been throwing a little gravel in some of the, honestly, I've been working up on Marion, and then I'm just starting in the back and working my way out. And they're all gonna get worked on. It's just gonna take a little bit of time, you know.
Plus we can't find the rake, I mean, the tow behind rake.
The
Yeah.
road rake.
And road rake, don't know exactly what has happened to that road rake. But,
It's not
Until
in the
then.
obvious places that it should be.
right, until then, it's all gonna be hand work.
Do we know the
With-
tractor that it was attached to it?
And
It's sitting behind
it's
me.
sitting behind City
But
Hall.
the rake's not there.
Yeah, and I,
Okay.
let me go ask them.
Yeah.
And we'll find it. I'm sure they'll know where it's at. I hope it didn't.
Maybe it'll turn up.
Yeah, let me just go ask Dale.
So,
Okay.
So, but you need authorization to buy,
I need authorization for a couple of rakes and a couple shovels.
okay, what do you estimate that's
I got a quote through Builders. Rakes are, 27 bucks a piece. Shovels are 16 and a quarter. You know, so you're looking, I think, maybe 90 bucks. 70 bucks, 75 bucks, somewhere along in there. So,
Plus they're saying that, I mean, I think Amber was saying that if it was under 150 or something like that, it didn't need,
Well, that's the way it used to be, that the things that we would have to do our job, like he has to have a rake and shovel. The way that we would do it is, you know, under a certain amount, like $150, we would call, I always called Nancy, told her, hey, I need this is the price of it, and she'd say, yeah, go get it, and then you put your purchase order in. So that little things like that don't need to come to the council.
Gotcha.
Same thing with like my lab supplies that I'll have to order, and, you know, it's something you have to have, you can't do your job without them, and so,
Or
things like
ink,
that.
or paper for the.
Yeah,
printer,
ink, paper,
Usual.
pens, pencils,
toilet
staples,
paper, paper towels.
yeah. You know, all the necessities of life, yes.
AAA batteries, stapler,
Yeah, all of that stuff, you know, it's,
sticky notes.
I mean, if we need something out of the ordinary or something big, then yes, the council needs to.
I don't care,
you know,
that's fine.
It needs to come
I got
before us.
a bunch.
Okay.
So do you wanna just deal with it on that basis, or do you want a motion?
I mean, I would make a motion to approve the purchase of the shovels,
There you go.
using the
Okay,
money
let's
that we
do that,
saved
and
by
then-
not making name tapes. And I'm not against saying that is the way that we should do it,
Yeah,
but looking at other city councils and the trouble that they've gotten into, I'd like to get a warm fuzzy on the code book that's fine. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't wanna waste everybody's time here talking about individual rolls of paper towels, but
Right.
I mean, I'm definitely trying to save
The
some
story,
money.
the story is that they accidentally drove over the shovels and rakes with the backhoe when they were fixing
Yeah.
the leak in January.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, they were doing it on a holiday, you know,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
before they all walked out.
My issue with the money is we have two cities around us who are dealing with some major
That's
money
what I'm
issues
saying.
right now.
Yeah.
And I don't want one penny spent without it being approved through more than one person. And I just, I wanna be upfront, I wanna be, everything to be transparent, and no money gets spent without everybody knowing about it. I don't care if it's a penny or $100 or $1,000.
Yeah.
It needs to be approved by everybody, so everybody knows what's going on, just like with those one signature checks, I don't like that.
Yeah, even if we just lump it all together and we say we need these supplies to go ahead and do city maintenance, at least, if nothing else, but trying to be responsible for the money, it also gives us a snapshot of what we have,
Exactly.
especially when it comes to tools. Office supplies, I mean, probably not
Right.
the biggest deal, but, you know. I did.
Oh, you made the
I
motion.
did.
Okay.
Question,
Before we went on
you agreed for the shovels, you didn't say anything about the rates specifically.
I agree. I make a
Just
motion to, no, that's fine. I'll get used to this
I'm sure
eventually.
you really need to.
Make a motion to approve the purchase of 2 each wooden handle garden rakes and 2 each 44-inch square point shovel, wooden handle.
We measured those before you buy them.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
And I've probably got a bunch of shovels up on my property outside of Kenya because my grandpa never threw anything away. The handles were just destroyed, but everything else is still there. That I'll donate.
All right. Is that all, Jim?
No, I need a couple flashlights. There's not a flashlight one to be found.
Yeah, he needs little tiny
That's right.
flashlights to read the meters.
Oh, right.
Was there
Yeah.
one in the city truck? In the cup holder? I just want to make sure I didn't walk away with it on accident.
I didn't notice it. It may be there, but all I did was just get it
So,
under the
I probably have 100 flashlights, I'll bring some down.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, he needs a really small one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dale had one in the city in the cup holder, and I wonder
Oh,
if
okay.
when we pulled it out when we were messing with the plow, if I
Gotcha.
misplaced it.
Oh,
Looking to make sure that the diesel wasn't overflowing or something.
If it's there, that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, I need it.
Yeah, we'll get one. Yeah, yep.
You know.
Next week, Rob, can you get together with me and Jim maybe and try and get the plow off and the
Oh, yeah.
hopper off and all that
Yeah.
good stuff?
Yeah.
Hopefully next week. Maybe. We'll work on it.
Yeah.
We'll get it. I got the chains off of it today, so. Battery was dead, tire was flat, but,
Where's the tires? I can like take it into town.
It keeps going dead. It's
well,
drawn.
the winter tires need to come off.
Is
Yeah.
it drawn
Oh,
off
they're
that?
studded?
I don't know
Yeah.
where
Wow.
the draw is. We'd have to get in there with the multimeter and go through all the auxiliary stuff and see.
Yeah.
But it's
that
drawn.
headlight wouldn't go off when I shut the door the other day,
Yeah.
remember I told you?
Right, I remember.
And I kept shutting the doors, but nothing else, it stayed on.
Okay,
But yes, I'll be there for that.
are you, anything else? Okay. Water Department, Amber and Dusty.
Geez, I'm afraid to ask for anything now. Okay, so one thing I'd like to get is, it's called a locator through US Blue Book. They're $38.50. They're actually a witching rod type thing.
The thing he had at,
Yeah, that's
the water
mine.
guy, the thing where, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
The thing that's mine that he can't have, that is personally mine. But anyway, the water department needs one, and he's really good at witching. And so I'd like to pick up one of those to have for the water department. And also, I looked up and we're changing the keys on different things here, and we have, I don't know, probably 12, 15 different padlocks throughout the city. And I was thinking of ordering, I found on Amazon, we can get 24 2-inch padlocks for $69.99, all keyed the same. That way we would only need one key instead of having to go through 15 keys to find a key for it. That's the two things I wanted to ask for. Oh, and we need to, I don't know, do you guys need to say yes or no on all of those individuals?
On the
On the locator and on the padlocks.
Padlocks. You know, the same.
either or, I don't know, one or the other. I moved on too fast.
It's on the same purchase order, right?
Same sheet.
Or on the same sheet?
I just wrote them all, I just wrote down what I needed.
I moved that we authorize that.
Both of them?
I second that.
Second.
Yeah.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
And then we need to get, some way, you need to ask her, you need to tell them to.
Yeah. I'd like to get just a little paint pen, and then maybe either one of the, I can't think of what they're called right now, the little reader things you turn the dial, get the letters out, and then it's sticky on the back
We
of it.
have one.
Label,
Yeah.
label maker.
If we could borrow that,
fine.
so that way
I
we
don't know
have.
if we have any extra tape for it, so we may need that, but
Okay.
we have one of those.
But that way we have taped on numbers, and we can write in the box with that paint pen. Because going through and getting all the meters, you're sitting there at a meter, not close to a house, and you're trying to figure out which one this is. It'd be so nice to go, this is meter 1, this is meter 2.
And nobody has a street address on their houses in this town. And if they do, they're
I
wrong.
do.
Very few people do that.
Hey, this is your story.
You were there though. This is to help read meters.
Yeah. No, I mean, if it makes the job easier and more efficient, I'm not gonna say no to that.
Yeah, it's
I would even go so far as maybe taking a picture of it and cataloging it in some kind of notes or something for the water book, just so we.
well, that would,
That's
not a
one
bad
thing I
idea.
want to eventually do, because we do have the book that gives a 1 or 2 sentence description on where each meter is.
Yeah.
I would love to go through on Google Earth
Oh yeah.
and circle. It's right here. So
Yeah.
that way we know where trees are, where it is to the thing. That's just going to take time.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I agree.
Okay, so, you
And-
get the paint pen and.
Yeah, whatever he needs for that. I don't know what a paint pen is.
Well, I'm just gonna say on those house numbers, because I had it in my notes, and it's very important for our first responders to be able to find homes.
Yes.
And so we need to really send out a flyer or something to the homeowners that they get house numbers visible for the emergency vehicles coming down the streets.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Or the water district too.
Yeah.
Because I can't even find people's homes. They tell me where they live and I can't find their address. I'm driving around and I don't see it. You know, so I thought, oh no, we don't have these because most places require that you have your houses numbered.
Yeah.
They did that when they changed them for the 911, and some people would put them on and some people aren't going to do it.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, you probably said. I mean,
We've got,
You can send out something and ask them, and some will and some won't.
I mean, I would put it on the Facebook as
It's
a
kinda like
safety
stake
thing.
and the
Yeah.
number
Oh, that's
goes
an
down
idea.
in.
Okay.
And so you just put that out by your
Do we
driveway.
want to talk about the Facebook at some point in time? Like having a.
Oh, yeah, but I won't.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Maybe next meeting.
I got one more thing, and then you can talk about the Facebook.
Nope.
And that you wanted to talk about the lead and copper class that we're gonna have the 20th, we're gonna be here in the community
Oh,
center.
oh, yes,
Yeah.
and that's, is that,
That's
is that
Idaho Rural Water.
Yes,
It was,
he is, well, okay, now I'm not sure if
Or no,
Idaho
it's
Rural
DEQ.
Water is doing it, it's between Idaho Rural Water and DEQ.
Yeah.
The guy's coming out to help us do the lead and copper inventory, which has to be done by October 15th.
20 what month?
next week,
Yeah.
before you leave. You're not getting out of it.
Anyway, when I did call him on Cheryl's request, and he said that he's happy to have the mayor and the whole council there
Yeah.
to go over it, because this is a mandated thing through DEQ. It is not a real simple thing to get done, and we're way behind because nothing was done.
What time are we talking about?
9:30 in the morning.
9:30 in the morning,
Yeah.
it's 6 to 8 hours long.
That's fine.
We'll be here in the community building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that Carrie said that was allegedly due on the 4th of October.
Oh, you're
Last
right,
October.
it's 14.
Last October.
Oh.
So if you miss one October, you get to go to the next one?
No.
Yeah, it is the government. So.
Okay, that's all I have. Now you can talk about Facebook.
No, we're
No,
not.
I need to know, did anybody move or second any of their requests, cause I didn't hear any of that.
Make a motion to approve the purchase of the paint pen, the padlocks,
And the witching
and the
thing, right?
witching rods.
Yeah, that was all approved.
Yeah, I think
So the
that's
class
all.
is free,
The
so
class is free.
Yeah, the
Well,
class
it
is
better
free.
be, I mean, I hope, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That's just fine.
you
Made a motion to approve.
and John
John
seconded.
seconded
I
it.
got that.
All
Okay.
in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
You still want to do the responsibility to get it stamped.
Yeah.
Machine.
They're not even
I think
done.
that's- I think that's all.
So you said it's the 20th at 9 o'clock?
It starts at 9 a.m.
Right,
Yeah.
but it
Be
really, and
here.
I don't know what the rental
Here at the
costs.
community building,
And
and,
only save a couple of pennies per,
I was
from
going
what I
to get
found
pieces
when I
and
just
stuff
looked
for
up.
myself.
cool.
And a couple pennies. And we're paying rent on it. I don't know that it's gonna be beneficial.
I'm going to
I-
I'll help
Yeah,
pay
let's
for
move
it.
it.
Yeah.
We got it.
So I need to ask for 2 rolls of stamps. I
Oh, yeah,
forgot to
you
ask
forgot
for
I
that.
saw that, yeah. Make a motion.
Do you want your bills to go out?
Well,
Because we're at that
you
point.
know, it is a small town.
Well, we don't have
You can
bills.
hand deliver them.
Do you wanna pay my hourly salary to do that?
And gas mileage.
I'm sure you can find out which houses have addresses.
Yeah, there we go.
Make a
Oh,
motion
boy.
to purchase of rolls of stamps.
Thank you.
Second.
All approved?
Aye.
All opposed?
Who seconded?
You can
No,
get,
Thank you.
you can get those stamps.
Thank you.
And we're down to about 3.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, and water bills will be going out.
Make a good suggestion on that stamp machine he's talking about, don't do it. They're great for the first year, and then you gotta upgrade all the time. You gotta buy a new one and upgrade. So we had it just got crazy expensive.
Are you talking about
It's
the
so
ones
nice
where
the
you
first
print
time
them
you got
out?
it, but
Yes.
they don't last very long.
As
Yeah. They expire, and then you gotta get them.
Oh, jeez.
Good to know.
Oh, and I didn't do this.
It was really cool.
screwed up.
Oh, yeah.
I got to know.
Light them right up pretty soon. It didn't work no more. That was great.
You already got it.
I got one. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, we used them for about 2 years.
That's the water.
Oh,
Amber's got the water report.
oh.
We listen to it.
Hey, it's not bad.
It's still.
Actually, it was really good.
And we had some going on as hydrant, it wasn't metered too.
Is
Some
this-
of it wasn't metered.
Is this off bar testing?
Yes. That's off the readings we take up the top.
Okay.
Oh, see, I was.
Is,
Yep, so when we do our daily readings up
Yeah, I
there,
got
we
it.
calculate how much water was produced, how much water was brought in, how much water went to waste, and stuff like that. That's what that long sheet is, and then the other one is the monthly water loss, how much we produced, how much we lost.
okay, and then a remark on what occurred. Gotcha. I see.
Oh, I should have crossed that out. I didn't
Yeah.
know.
Does it freeze
What?
from time to time?
It was,
Yeah.
because it had a heater in it before,
Yeah.
like the heater went out,
Okay.
and so that's when we put that transducer in. And so we've got a transducer in down there now, and we have a printout,
Yep, so
so
we don't
we
have to
shouldn't
worry
have
about
that
that.
problem anymore.
Do you want to explain?
Self-explanatory. This is the profit and loss. It has January of February, which was February and January. And then March for this month, it shows the gallons that were produced and the gallons that were sold and then the gallons lost. And then I put like a little explanation over on the side. And then the other one is the water produced.
You gave me that, and then you gave me this other sheet that I moved over here.
This is wrong. That's the right one.
Oh, okay.
So the leak in January, did we ever find where that was? That was?
That's the one that they
over-
fixed. That's the
Yeah,
one that
that's
they
the one
fixed.
right down.
Right over here on the other side of the.
Yep.
Mhm.
That hydrant was leaking since January?
No, no, no,
No,
no.
no.
This was a service line.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, I was
the
gonna
one
say-
That
we had
they,
City Hall
they
there.
fixed.
Alright.
It looks like the average meter uses about 3,000 gallons a month.
Mhm.
Just interesting in itself.
But this isn't really considered a full month, because we read them like what a week early.
Okay.
Because you, we kept the council meeting. Right.
5 days or 11. We
Yeah.
read them on the 11th last one, and then
Well,
the 17th.
As a normal thing, it would have been done Wednesday, the council meeting, so it's.
We should probably change the language on the water bills. It says we're gonna read the water bill meters on the third
Yeah.
Wednesday of the month.
Right.
We're not gonna read the meters on the third Wednesday of the month. We shouldn't say we're gonna read the meters on the third Wednesday.
Yeah.
You just write that maybe they will be read monthly. If possible.
Yeah.
If weather
Possible,
permits.
Weather, labor, and everything else permits.
So, do you wanna do that change now, or do you wanna wait on the water bills? Do I need a motion to
Oh,
change
I
it?
don't think so, that's,
Okay, just do it.
just do it. Yeah. I don't know that Billy would needs to specify what day it's gonna be read.
Yeah.
Right.
Just monthly.
You can
Well,
put- you can-
sometimes it's nice for them to
you
have a
can put-
general idea. Those that have dogs might want to put them up.
You can put on the bill when you did read it,
Right.
but I don't know that you need to
Okay.
project what date you're going to read it.
So do you want anything at the bottom that says it's gonna be read monthly, or just, I mean,
Just that
people
it's
know
in-
they're gonna get a water bill every month, right?
Yeah. I don't
So
know.
just leave that off
Yeah.
completely, okay?
Okay. You guys have anything else?
I don't think so.
All right. Citizens' comments. Anyone have comments regarding the information we just?
Well, I guess have a question or maybe a comment with it, that on those water systems, when you flush them, is there any way to hook a hose up to that so you can channel that water so they don't wash out the roads? every
Yep,
time?
we were in talks with the fire department that hopefully we can get fire hose with it. That way, when we do that, we may be able to blow out some of the culverts and stuff. I don't know if that was ever.
So we can redirect the water.
We talked
Yeah.
about it during the fire meeting. The next time we have to open the hydrants as a requirement to operate them, it sounded like was September.
Yes.
Does that sound right?
Yep.
Yeah.
At the
So
fire meeting, we talked about, since we're already gonna be opening up water and going ahead and spilling it everywhere, to have the trucks down there to do some training, divert the culverts, not wash out the road. I don't wanna open the hydrants and flush them ever again and have it do what it did to the roads just recently. That was my first
My
rodeo
road,
with,
I can
I
barely
know.
get down that road.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's not the only one. There's
I know.
culverts that are clogged as you come down,
Right.
down here right now, bad. So, but yeah, I want to see, and I don't know if it exists over in the firehouse, if there's some unserviceable, bigger size hose, the same stuff that fits on our big city truck, where I can get it completely diverted away from the road and people's houses. So.
I may have one in one of my shops back there, but I don't know that it's long enough.
Because the way that I figured it, because there's one leaking on Lulu and Bell, I think it's still leaking a little bit out of one of the side valves.
Yeah.
Is I need like 100 feet to try to get it from there over to the creek, so we don't mess up the road and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't want to open them again to do anything with them, and we need to have the hose on hand in case we need to do any kind of fixes if we do isolate a valve, because we're in the process of looking up pieces, because as we opened them and did pressure tests on them, they all had some kind of a leak. So it's either,
Every one of them.
yeah, from the top of the bonnet, the brass frost freeze that goes all the way down, all the way to the main valve, and some of them eventually sealed as you opened them up and then reclosed them, but that required a lot of water going all over the place.
Yeah.
Because we don't have the valves in place to isolate and do maintenance. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. But yes, I want to get a hose, and then they sell a diverter to spray it out also. At least that's my thought process with that going further. Is fire department, and then try to get enough hose so we can get it away from everybody's house.
Yep.
And maybe clean the culverts out while we're at it.
You had another one, so, I know I discussed this with you earlier, but sometime, maybe early spring before we get into the fire season, we'd like to have the community come together and try to get us some prices on dumpsters so we can do a community cleanup day or weekends, get a lot of the leaves off of people's roofs and stuff, and get a lot of debris cleaned up around people's places so that we cut down that fire danger. Because right now, I got a lot of fire training and I just can see the whole place going up if one place catches on fire because there's so much debris and everything around everybody's places, so.
Right, yeah, I think we were gonna look into that dumpster thing.
Yeah, and see with Nez Perce County or Clearwater County which will give us the best prices on those, and you can put me down for one that I'll pay for one, so.
Okay. Thank
You
you.
gotta check and make sure that they'll do yard debris.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
they'll have to be separated.
Yeah.
We'll have to do the leaves and grass in one, just like you do with the dumpster
Yeah,
up there.
yeah.
And
I was
branches
just
in
saying, make sure,
another,
cause we might have to have
yeah,
two dumpsters for it.
We have to separate it.
Yeah.
Was that all you had, Elaine?
Well, I guess it's all I have, but other than what's the topics up here about the volunteers. So, as you see projects that need done around this town here, whether it's, this is not a town, I call it a city without a town, unfortunately. But maybe that'll get changed. This place never used to be like this. So, I think, we don't have a lot of money, so let's look outside that and let's look to the community. Because I'm sure everyone has talents, gifts, and abilities to do certain jobs, so let's look into that resource around here. So if we have projects that need to be done, we'll see if we can get some people to volunteer to help with those things. And I would help with whatever I can. And and I'm sure there are other people that'll be willing to do that too. So we can just do certain things, I plan on taking on the project of that stair up there, because that's kind of a novel idea. It needs to be cleaned up before it totally deteriorates, so sometime before winter, I will,
Hasn't been taken care
I'll
of.
get Cody, if nobody else, if I can't get another lift up there to get that moss and stuff off of there, because that's gonna deteriorate and I'm gonna lose it, and it actually could be kind of a tourist draw, because it's a pretty neat structure.
Yeah, it was really nice when they put it up.
Yeah, and it's,
Why don't you coordinate that with Justin, and when you, he can post it out on Facebook, our Facebook page, and ask for volunteers and stuff, and you can set up a time and everybody can meet you at the park and we can work on that.
yeah, and we can work on that, maybe we can have some kind of a thing set up where you have water and stuff down there, in buckets or something too, so people could come and whatever, maybe picnic at the park.
All right.
There you go.
That's one kind of aside from the city. That's why I set up that Facebook page, because I know there's so many people in the community that can do stuff like that,
Right.
and no one knows because we don't go and do stuff
Well,
together.
I don't do Facebook, so you better just talk to me.
Yeah, no, I'll give you my phone number. But yeah, just because I put a poll out a week or so ago, and just asking what people would do, like a kids' day or a barbecue or something, and there was a lot of attention towards a barbecue and a city yard sale day.
Yeah, we had a lot of things being planned. We're having a chili feed down at the fire station.
Yeah, and just all those community gatherings.
When is it?
That's how we're going to connect and find out what talents people have, what they could do. Because there's probably someone out here looking at something going, I could do that, but I don't know if I can. So it'd be nice.
It would be, I don't know, down there where the Caterpillar or the Road Raiders parked out there, is that city or does somebody own that privately?
That's private.
That's
All private. So, because I was thinking if we had an area big enough, we could do like a swap meet thing and advertise it, and then you have your vendors come in and you just give them 10 by 10s or whatever space, and then they pay for that space,
Yeah.
and we bring money in.
Tim Craig and then have something.
I'm gonna interrupt a little bit, cause I'm kind of exactly what you're talking about on the same page as the next person on the list here, but it's the exact same idea. One that I'd like to get that Facebook thing, but I'm also terrible at Facebook. But also, I was thinking about that, about having, I know somebody said they're having a chili cook-off.
Chili food
right
down at the fire
at the
department.
fire department. And I was hoping like a yard sale, I was thinking here in the community center, due to the weather at this times of year,
Right.
it's better, and it kind of allows people more to come in, maybe add pancakes or something else to that, but
Well,
that, some of it goes to some people, we have volunteers, but a lot goes to repainting this place, washing.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
again,
even the post
volunteers.
office, I mean, it's full of spider webs.
well, and last year I said, do I need to bring my power washer down here and clean this up?
I thought the same thing.
You know, and I
City
said,
has
that's
a
a
power
power
washer.
washer, then they went out there and cleaned it off, you know.
They just didn't use it.
But it's just, that's just stuff we can do, you know? So,
I
Yeah.
offered
post
to
up.
paint this building 4 times in the last 10 years.
Yep.
And got denied. I fixed the floor. They wouldn't let me touch it, wouldn't let me paint. I was
Right.
gonna do it all for just for the community.
Yeah,
You know,
and
just like we
I'm
did the
glad
ball-
to help too.
The
You
ball
know,
field
and
down here,
so-
we had the baseball field, something I'd like to see again.
Yeah.
I went down
Yes.
with my crew, we did the baseball
Yeah, and I
field.
wonder about that
Put the
too.
bleachers up, we had 10, local companies donate so much money. Put the bleachers up, had their little names up there. People go down and enjoy the park, had picnics.
We have the scoreboard
you know.
and the whole 9
I mean,
yards
We're just
down
losing
there.
touch of this whole,
Oh, well, and
I've
that's
been here
the thing.
50 years and I've never seen
I
such
never
a
saw
mess.
anything like this
Well,
before,
it's
cause I
just-
used to be a boss up at
it's
the mill,
falling
at the
apart,
JP
man. I
mill,
hate
and
to
go
see it.
through here all the time.
We gotta clean it up,
It's
we gotta
sad.
do something.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah,
Can I
it's
make a
sad.
suggestion?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you guys swap phone numbers
Definitely,
and,
yeah.
maybe
Come up with a plan
put a
for next
committee, yeah.
meeting.
come up with a plan, maybe
Okay.
get a committee together,
Yeah.
come to the next city council meeting, make sure it gets on the agenda, so we have that time set aside. And you guys can work together, because, you know, next year is Peck's 125th birthday, or 20th birthday.
Stairs.
So, it was founded in 1905,
Hmm.
so we got a lot of planning to do.
Something to play on that and to do
Yeah.
that and to celebrate that and.
Yeah.
Right,
There's
Dave,
just-
you got a question?
What month was it in 1905?
I don't have an exact month yet. I've gotta go talk to, Tammy Gilmore at Orofino, Museum and the librarian here in town. Yes, Dale?
Who takes care of the school, the outwards appearance in the yard and all that?
That's
The
the school
church,
district.
Cottonwood Community Church did all that.
We have the worst
My
looking
church.
school
Yeah.
in the whole.
They did
So
all
I
that.
talked to Miss Bonner over there just because I was like, who cut your grass? And if you go behind the back of the school over there, the soffits are all beaten out and everything. And she's like, oh, it's supposed to be the school district. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
they're doing a horrible job.
You know, the church
What?
came in there, put new floor
That's what
in.
she told
Put
me.
the
that.
new door in, my
Yeah.
church did that.
Right.
They wouldn't even do that. The
Yeah.
doors falling down, they put new
Yeah, they
entrance
painted the
in there.
bathrooms.
They
we
won't
did a
do
lot
the
of
yard.
Oh, I know.
That school needs to be toned up by the city.
Yeah.
That's just ridiculous what they
Because
got more
if we
kids
don't
than
do
they've ever
anything, the
had.
school district
Yeah.
really wants to get rid of that school.
They always
Wow.
have, they always
Yeah.
have, for
Yeah.
50 years I've been here. But they got more kids now, but they just want all the money in Orofino. We need to fight for this town, man.
Yes.
That's all we got left is that. I mean, we just gotta go to the school board meetings.
Well, we've
I'm
started up a group too, that we're having like this chili feed. We had the pancake breakfast for the fire department in October that goes along with the fall festival down there. And they're also planning, farmer's market in the park, because we've got an awful lot of people in this area that have organic gardens
Oh, that's fantastic.
and stuff, and they make soap, and
Susan's
Randy's
really
wife
good
does
at that.
lavender, all kinds of stuff, and so we could actually have a really nice,
I have no problem with having it out there, but this is town, this is Peck.
yeah,
That's not Peck.
the park.
Okay,
They're gonna have it
talking
in
about the other
park.
stuff out.
Yeah, I know, but I
have no
said
problem
we're
with that
doing-
either, but I
they're
just
doing
think we
lots of
need to
different
keep
things, yeah.
In this
Yes.
town, because
Well,
very soon.
They got thrown out of this part of the town, so they
Well,
moved
no,
down
they
to the
did.
fire
Yeah,
department.
but,
whatever.
okay, hold on,
Whatever.
I've gotta make a comment.
It can throw me out of
We're
nothing.
not the old regime,
Yeah,
we are new, we
Yeah.
have new ideas,
yeah.
we have different values.
Mhm.
So we're not gonna focus on the past, we're going to
Right.
strive and make the future brighter. We're gonna clean this place up, we're gonna do whatever we can with all of our volunteers and stuff. We can't keep going backwards, we're gonna move forwards now. We're gonna, we've got some great ideas, you guys, you have been awesome, I mean, we've leaned on you for the plowing of the roads and stuff. We appreciate you guys so much. And
No,
I, as the mayor, want our city citizens to know you're appreciated and we want our town to show that as well. We want, when people drive through Peck again, we want them to say, oh, this is an awesome place. I want no more spray to kill the grass, to kill the weeds and stuff. We have maintenance guy, we got lawnmowers, we got weed eaters, we got things that can keep this place looking nice without killing everything.
Yeah, oh, and on that note, that you guys were saying that needing rakes and shovels and stuff, I bet if we put just a list of what our city needs in the post office,
Somebody might donate.
We'll bring it down,
10
we'll get it
rakes
down.
in their
Yeah.
yard that they've been looking at.
Yeah.
Rakes and shovels.
Every
You're
weekend.
like,
Yeah, we got
I don't
lots
wanna,
of-
where do I do this,
That's
or
not
when
a
do
good
I,
idea.
what do I do to
Right.
sell that for,
Yeah.
you know?
We got lots of that stuff.
Once we make a list, you'd be surprised,
Right.
right, how much
Right.
opens,
Great
as God
idea.
gives
Give us
to
an
our
idea, yeah, we'll-
doorstep if we just ask.
Awesome. We'll make this we're gonna do great things. It's coming. I promise. Dale, did you have something you wanted to say?
Well, I know that society's changed a lot since I grew up. I can remember when I was a kid, I don't remember how many times they did it, but they would have what they call a pageant. And stage back here, went out, a bunch of them play music and do poetry. Of course, anymore, everybody's kind of off in their own little world, but we did a lot more things as a community.
Right.
Because the farmers came down and everything, now it's,
Yeah.
Each to their
and
own.
you said the old regime, I didn't hang around town because I basically got ran out by a certain individual. He doesn't want farmers down here,
No,
so we just
that's
stayed
not
the
where
heck
we're
out.
at today.
Well, so to add to that, just as a citizen, not a city clerk, I've done a lot down in town, and being as I just live a little over a mile out of city limits, I have always wanted to have more community here in town, just
Right.
because we're not in the city limits. We still wanna be part of this town,
Right.
so, and I'm sure there's a lot of other people as well.
Who wants to be the bad guy here in your guys' committee that knocks on doors and suggests people to start cleaning up their shit?
Oh, I can do that. I
I
have.
mean, that needs to be.
I would do that.
Oh, sorry.
I will be glad to help you
Fight
do
for
that.
Yes, and he's real big.
I mean, we really, this is
No,
getting.
I'm not a
This
bad
is
guy,
getting-
but you
No.
know, not like, hey, it looks like trash, but hey, do you need help?
Yes, you need help cleaning this up, because we're here for you. We can get this
Well,
done.
we can help them do it, I
Yeah.
tried that too, but
They
somebody's
have
gotta
to
say
first.
that.
Yeah, we gotta come with,
Hey, go ahead.
Sorry. If we're going to make a big deal out of celebrating how long Peck has been around next year, I would make the suggestion that we have some sort of festival this year in preparation for that, because anytime you do something, you need to rehearse it just to figure out what's going to go wrong.
Good idea.
what you're gonna have.
Good idea.
Back east, so I'm from South Carolina, any of you who haven't met me, Dave Weichel. I moved here in December, bought the place in October. There was a peach festival that we went to every year, and it ran for decades. COVID came along, and they didn't host it, but they still sent out Facebook message, automated Facebook messages. The next year they had it, but no one went, and so on and so forth. When we left in 2023, they had basically shut down because they had a whack of volunteers, and part of the reason they had a whack of volunteers is because people got out of the habit of doing it.
Doing it, right.
But they've been running that for decades. They figured out, okay, here are all the 10 by 10 squares we can have. This is how we can have a smooth flow of traffic. This is how many people we need in law enforcement, reaching out to various other communities to get people involved, get farmers and everyone else involved. And so if we're going to make a big deal about Peck at 120 next year, we should probably try and do something probably this summer or this fall.
Exactly. I want to get committees together that's willing to jump in and help us plan and the whole 9 yards. And it would be nice to have like a 4th of July barbecue this year to kind of give it a test run. Yes.
I still love to new to this area, but don't most of the communities, my understanding, my observation is that most of the communities around here, towns, have a weekend and they work that together. Should we get ourselves a weekend that, like Nez Pierce isn't doing,
Right,
Yeah.
right, yeah, do it on the
That's-
weekend that no one else has got
Yeah,
something
which
going
is
on.
absolutely
Absolutely.
works. And that way, then claim that weekend, and then it would be the weekend
Absolutely.
Yeah.
next year, and for as long as you're gonna.
Like Pierce has 1860 days.
Yeah.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Yes.
Uh,
You have Pecker.
in regards to that, the Peach
Pecker
Festival
days.
they ran,
Pecker
it's a small town, it's actually the size of Peck. And what they did is on their town sign, they talked about the Peach Festival. It was the third Saturday in June every year. And that's how they advertised it year round, so people always knew to come out for it. And they could always check. It wasn't just a date, it was this particular Saturday. So we could probably do something like that here, once we figure out who the weekends are for other people.
And you need to
Yeah.
get on it now, because the
Exactly.
other communities are already gearing up and got your committees going.
Yep.
Right, got the Reuben Sausage Fest and this and that, yeah.
Right.
Lenore
So,
Community Center does
If,
a lot.
if you guys know of anybody that wants to put a committee together and start working with City Hall on these adventures through town and stuff, get
Nice
with
to get a
us.
priority list, you know,
Exactly.
like what's really important.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we-
Yeah, I mean, I'd say like
let's-
she mentioned, let's all trade phone numbers and stuff
Yeah,
like
okay.
that. Because
All right.
Yeah.
I was just gonna
Yeah,
say that.
yeah, 'cause I gotta kind of do things when I can do them. and I
Right,
can't wait
right.
till-
Yeah.
get
All
stuff
righty.
going on, otherwise
Yeah.
Does anybody have anything else?
I do, of course.
Oh, yes.
Want me to stay home next time?
No,
No, but I would just like to throw this out, this would be kind of in your ballpark. But is it possible to send a flyer out or something in everybody's mailbox so they get it, that Nez Perce County, which we are part of, requires that all the roads are open for our first responder vehicles.
Exactly.
And we have vehicles parked in the roads, and certainly no first responder vehicles, especially fire trucks, do not get down those roads. So if we could send that out, tell them that this is the law, this is what it says, and any vehicles parked in the road will be towed at owner's expense.
That's a question that's been posed to our attorney, so,
Okay.
yes, we are going to get that after this winter snow plowing, yeah, there's,
Can't that go on the water bill?
yeah, it will be mailed out with the water bill.
Mhm.
Awesome.
Once the attorney gets back to us.
Yes,
The sheriff would be responsible for that.
Yes, yeah, you folks.
would be involved in it, yes.
Right.
Which hopefully, if he ever returns my call, hopefully next month the sheriff will be here to have a talk about our neighborhood and Nez Perce County, and, hopefully the fire chief will be here to talk about some emergency preparedness stuff.
did we ask him?
I did.
Okay.
He was gonna be here tonight, but he's got the fire academy to deal with.
Oh,
so
yeah,
right.
I said
This weekend.
ixnay on that, so.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we've got, hopefully, we'll start getting more law enforcement presence in town, at least once a
Yes.
day,
Nice.
is what I'm suggesting to the sheriff. We are Nez Perce County, and they drive all over Nez Perce County, they can drive through our county, and they got a fire department that they're more than welcome to stop and use the restroom, use the office, use the facilities as far as heating up their food, if they need food heated up or whatever, so we have a place
Doing
for
your
them
paperwork or anything else, right?
to take a break if they need to, so.
And I did deliver the petition that I did to the building inspector for a couple of places to be condemned that are fire hazards, safety hazards, uninhabitable, which it needs to meet that criteria. So we'll see if we get any answer from them, so.
Okay, when you get that answer, would you mind bringing that to the
If and
council?
when I ever get it, I will bring it. I'm
Awesome.
hoping that he responds, but
All
I
right.
don't know.
Does anybody have anything else?
You have those certificates,
Oh, yes,
sorry.
yeah.
Did we need to get through something else on there?
I think with the bond.
Awards?
Down to your comments.
Right,
I
it's
said.
down to my comments.
Oh, okay.
You guys talked about what you wanna do, the yard sale and the
We
volunteer.
exchanged
Okay.
numbers, and
All
I
right.
think that's like what you suggested, we
Right.
can start to talk, and then we can meet
Awesome.
again, because
Great.
it's too much to digest and process
I mean,
tonight, and,
Go ahead.
yes.
Or can we use this building, or are they gonna allow this, or are they gonna allow that they used to have in here, where people can rent it for so much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something.
I don't see why not.
And
And
all the
honestly,
dishes
I
are
mean,
gone.
I'd help you
Stuff, but-
work on this place. too.
But we can get dishes and we can get all that stuff
I
that
think
they
that's
took.
all part of the.
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think if you're gonna have people come here, you got to have something for them to come
Exactly.
here. Like they used to.
Exactly.
Yep.
Nothing here.
No,
Right.
yeah.
The ladies took it all.
That's what,
Well, let's just bring
It
it
belonged
back.
to
Why can't
them.
we go get?
it belonged to them. They were
Yeah.
told to take
They
it
get
out.
I'm not saying that, but let's
Yeah.
go buy some dishes. I'll buy
Yeah,
you dishes.
yep.
Well, let's bring the ladies back.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
no,
I
no,
mean
no,
that.
no,
Let's
no,
bring
no,
the
no,
Their
no,
own
no.
dishes,
I mean,
their own dishes.
I think this too.
I have
Oh, that's
one,
right, that's
I have
where they
one
are.
more thing.
Okay,
Yeah,
right.
fire department.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
right.
Do what?
They're at the fire department.
I have,
I want.
I have one more thing before we adjourn the meeting.
Oh, I know.
As we all know, we were in a crisis for a little while. The governor appointed Rob and Milt as our new city council members. Milt has become our president. Rob has become our waterworks grant searcher, hunter. But I want to give them their certificates of appointment or election, as John says. So, thank you guys so much for putting your name in the hat and get those framed. I like framed. Thank you very much. That's all we have for tonight. So, the next meeting will be April 10th at 6 o'clock here. Hope to see you all here. Hope we have some more information on these committees. Yeah. John will be in Turkey, so he'll be on the phone. He won't actually be physically here. So,
He can't go.
yeah. All
I've
right.
been working closely with him, trust me, he can go and get a break, he can go get a rest.
So this meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much for coming.